Genesis is about to file for bankruptcy as creditor talks come to a standstill. Several reports claim that the troubled company Genesis, a wholly owned subsidiary of Digital Currency Group, DCG, is on the verge of declaring bankruptcy after failed negotiations with its creditors. Today, Bloomberg reported that Genesis is preparing to file for bankruptcy protection as soon as this week, citing sources familiar with the situation. After suspending client withdrawals in the wake of the demise of cryptocurrency exchange FTX, Genesis issued its initial warning about such a move in November. According to Bloomberg, despite making several proposals, Genesis and parent company DCG have been unable to come to an agreement with the creditors. Genesis and its creditors are negotiating a Chapter 11 bankruptcy plan, the bloc also reported today. According to the bloc, which cited unnamed sources, the proposed deal would grant creditors a 1 to 2 year payment forbearance period in exchange for cash and equity from DCG. Decrypt's request for comment was not immediately answered by Genesis or DCG. A contagion that has been spreading since early November resulted from FTX's collapse, which left gaps in the balance sheets of many other companies in the crypto industry. Genesis claimed in November to have $175 million in cryptocurrency stashed away in FTX, which is presently going through its own Chapter 11 bankruptcy procedure. The Financial Times estimates that Genesis is overall $3 billion short. The cryptocurrency exchange Gemini claims that Genesis is the owner of customer funds totaling more than $900 million from its Gemini Earn program, which allows users to earn interest on deposited assets. Since Genesis stopped allowing withdrawals, Gemini Earn users have been unable to access those funds. Due to the Winklevoss brothers' demands for Silbert's resignation, a public verbal battle between Gemini co-founders Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss and DCG founder and CEO Barry Silbert resulted. Following several weeks of negotiations between the firms and creditors, there was a public outcry. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission accused Genesis and Gemini of selling unregistered securities in connection with Gemini Earn last week. Dirar Islam, interim CEO of Genesis, stated that the company needed more time to try and find a solution to its liquidity crisis on January 4. The day after, Genesis reduced its workforce by 30% in order to lower expenses and maintain business stability. According to a previous Financial Times article, DCG is considering selling assets from its venture portfolio, which includes investments in more than 200 cryptocurrency projects like Coinbase and Circle, a company that issues USD stablecoins, to help pay for the Genesis shortfall.